What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the house. Professional React Andy channel here. I just ate popcorn before all this news dropped, so if I have to get a kernel out of my mouth, it's one of the worst things for a YouTuber to eat before doing a video. That being said, the art on the screen is amazing for Red Eyes Black Dragon. This is my new favorite version of him. Almost has Des Volsgath energy 8-bit. Blue Eyes looks like it's wonkier Bandai self, which is also cool. And Dark Magician Girl looks almost a bit too just classic animation to me, but at the same time, it's a cool throwback. And can we all just collectively agree, make these some kind of secret rare here in the TCG. Not gold rare this time, Konami. Please, 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 secret rare. Promos. You're already dipping back into the DM era well with the 2022 Megatons, and we know those Megatons need some help in terms of value, even with the Luber going up in price. You're desperate for value for the Megatons. These would make for amazing promos that get them ripped open long term. Look at the SDK Art Blue Eyes promo and how it went well over time for Megatons. Make them promos. Give them to everybody who wants them. Let them increase in value over time. Would be win-win. But with that Bandai Dark Magician art, very limited in the OCG also, I wonder how they will piece these out as chase cards, maybe Starlights. That would be pretty awful. But they did give us Masquerena as a non-Starlight too. At this point, I'm rambling. You're probably here for new cards. Let's go ahead and get into some of the reveals, such as the Secret Shiny Box, another product where we don't know where they're going to put it. Last year, the Prismatic God Box became Structured X, so your guess is as good as mine. And we have our brand new Sky Striker Mobilized Linkage. Let's see what it does. It was teased as a quick play, and indeed it is. If you control no monsters in your main monster zone, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck the rest of this turn after this card resolves, except Sky Striker Ace monsters. Also send one other card you control to the graveyard. What an absurd cost. And if you do, special summon one Sky Striker Ace monster from your extra deck to the EMZ specifically. And if you have at least one light and one dark Sky Striker Ace monster on your field and or in your graveyard, the special summon monster gains 1,000. I'm confused. How would it be on your field at all? It summons to the EMZ, so don't you need a clear EMZ? And to activate this, don't you need a clear main monster zone? So wouldn't it just be in your graveyard unless I'm missing something? So you get locked out of the extra deck except Sky Striker Ace, but it's quick play, so you can do this on your opponent's turn. You can also Zeke. This is pretty darn cool, actually. It costs 2 cards, but being able to do it on the opponent's turn with Ray and stuff and floating, you won't be doing anything except summoning Sky Strikers. Like, using this aggressively, yeah, you are not going into Selene access code, but being able to use this as another tool to dodge your opponent's cards during their turns, and also do kind of removal plays. This is a pretty awesome card, and the art's really awesome. It's Ray carrying Rose here after some kind of battle, and I guess they've teamed up by the sound of it. I have not read this one either. Blast from the Past, and it's a field spell card, huh? Dual Tower Alcatraz, a field spell. At the start of the battle phase, activate this effect. Each player can reveal one monster from their deck except a monster with question attack, and if they do, banish all those monsters face down. The player that revealed the monster with the highest attack can special summon a monster from their hand, and if they do, it can attack directly? What kind of... Okay, so it's like kind of, you show me yours, I'll show you mine. You better have the bigger one. One of those cards. Once per turn during the end phase, you can activate this effect. If this card is still on the field during the end phase of the next turn, destroy all cards on the field. That's both players. Wow. Dual Academy became a card? Whoa. This is from the History Collection 2. Field spell. This card gains these effects based on the types of monster on the field. Warrior Beast Pyro. Once per turn, if you activate a trap card, you can target one card your opponent controls and destroy it. Pyro support. Dinosaur Sea Serpent Thunder. Once per turn, if you activate a spell card, you can inflict 1,000 damage. I think card economy is better than burn most of the time, but hey. Machine Fairy or Fiend. Once per turn, if you activate a monster effect, you can target a face-up monster you control. It gains 1,000 attack. So by far the best combo is to use it with traps. Another field spell, huh? We have a continuous spell. Riding Duel. Excel Acceleration, ready, set, duel. Continuous spell card. You can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. When this card resolves, if you control no other cards, you can add one Synchron monster from your deck to your hand. That is huge! Once per turn during your standby phase, place one signal counter on this card. You can remove 2 signal counters from your field and send this face-up card to the graveyard to draw 2 cards, and then send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard. So it just has a bonus effect on top of already getting to search any Synchron monster you possibly want from your entire deck. That's pretty darn cool to just be able to activate that and do that. The overlay network, the history collection's so cool. Continuous spell, you can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. During your main phase, you can activate one of these effects. Target a face-up monster you control that has a level. Special summon one monster with the same level from your hand or graveyard in defense, but its effects are negated, but you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck the rest of the turn except Xyz. That's kind of weak. Target one Xyz monster you control. Add one card attached to it to that owner's hand. That's a lot cooler. Being able to recur your resources and get them back. I mean, you lose a material, but in theory, there's a lot of really cool things you could do there. And it has the bonus effect of also acting as a same level Monster Reborn. So I was just thinking, like, there's so many revival cards as is, and negating the effect, it won't matter as much. And then you get Xyz locked for it, but having 2 good effects, that's not a letdown anymore. That's a pretty positive bonus ability effect. Battle Royal mode joining. Continuous spell card. Activate this card by targeting one effect monster on the field. The first 2 times that target would be destroyed by battle each turn, it's not destroyed. When that target is destroyed by battle, that player that destroyed it gains 2,000. Okay, so the opponent usually. If the turn player's opponent takes battle or effect damage, they can apply this effect. Special summon one level 4 or lower monster from your hand or deck, and if you do, lose 2,000 life points. Special summon from the deck if the turn player's opponent takes battle or effect damage. So they can lose 2k to summon something else if this is out. But also, I think that's partially to prevent Chizo TK. So, like, the first effect, you could give your opponent something, right, that's low attack and make sure it's not killed by battle and keep hitting it real bad. Alright, kind of a funny cheese card, but could be more serious. Into the Brains! A normal spell card. You can activate one card with this card's name per turn. Special summon one monster from your hand, but its effects are negated. Then, immediately after this effect resolves, link summon using that monster you control. I wish it was a quick play spell by the first effect, but let's keep reading. This link summon cannot be negated. Also, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects when a monster is link summoned this way. That's pretty strong, so you guarantee that monster's on the field, especially if you're sniffing out like a Solemn Strike or something, Solemn Judgment, that kind of stuff. If a link monster or monsters you control is destroyed by battle or card effect while this card's in your graveyard, you can banish this card. Add one monster with the same original type as that monster from your graveyard to your hand. So it's another resource that also enables. So you're minusing for the initial resource. It pays itself back off later. Feels maybe a little too fair, but if you need to guarantee a link summon, that's pretty darn cool. Overall, I'm a huge fan of the history collection and how it is developing. This is really freaking cool, I feel like. That's awesome. Also, if you have not seen the Battle of Chaos exclusive world premiere, Libromancer Geek Boy is a Wind Psychic level 3, so this is for the TCG. A little news for you guys where you know something's coming now, but not all of it, because this will probably be a secret rare by the trends, since this is a sneak peek promo. It's a level 3 Wind Psychic, so you can e-telly this. You can reveal one ritual monster in your hand, special summon this card from your hand. If this card is special summoned, you can add a Libromancer spell from your deck to the hand. You can only use each effect of Libromancer Geek Boy once per turn. So again, he's a extender that does the things himself. He does not get his effect on normal summon, as people have pointed out, but I do think it's kind of absurd, all the power that this guy has. Also, I took the video down from last night because I did mess up the ruling on the new Pendulum link, and I actually haven't read these Predaplants, but we'll end on this. Beyond the Pendulum is way better than I thought it was when I was live reacting to it. It is a dark spellcaster link effect, link to 1200, bottom left, bottom right. 2 effect monsters, including a Pendulum monster. You can use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is link summoned to the EMZ, you can pay 1200 life points to add 1 Pendulum monster from your deck to your hand. After adding it to your hand until the end of the turn, you cannot activate monster effects. I thought this lingered through the whole turn. Also, the effects of cards in your Pendulum zone are negated until you Pendulum summon. So after the Pendulum summon, you are able to activate monster effects again. So being able to search and then just put it out, that is absurd for a Link 2 and really good. And all you need is including a Pendulum monster for the Link 2. If 2 monsters with different original levels are Pendulum summoned at the same time to zones this points to, you can target 2 cards on the field and destroy them. So even a further effect of clearing fields and forcing negations if they already didn't try to stop her. So a lot of really cool stuff coming up for Yu-Gi-Oh! Just really, really cool to see how they're updating certain decks, how they're going back to the well in certain ways. I know y'all are sick of DM era, but this history collection is doing a great job of going through all eras. I've gotta say, it's pretty darn cool to see Duel Academy become a card. What do you guys think of everything revealed here? How do you feel about the history collection as a whole, and where do you think those cards, the alter arts, are gonna end up? Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the conversation. And again, I really do want to hear what you think about the balance of the history collection between the eras. I think they're doing a great mix.